Hey, so you want to play a Nightskin character in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition but have no idea what you're doing? That's okay, I'll teach you how. Come on. So the first thing that you're going to get are your ability score increases. The things that make you Nightskin, the natural abilities that you have. So your wisdom, charisma, or intelligence score will increase by 2, symbolizing that you are naturally adept at magic. And then you'll increase one of your hard stats, either strength, dexterity, or constitution, by 1, depending on how your Nightskin is. Are they fast, are they strong, or are they resilient? Next thing you'll get is your height, which is about average, so you're medium size. In addition to getting things like dark vision and being able to speak the celestial tongue and the common language, you'll also know some inherent spells signifying your inherent ability to cast magic. With the Blessing of Celestia, you'll be able to cast the Sacred Flame cantrip and also the Moonbeam spell at level 3. Lastly, at level 3, you'll manifest your Guardian Star, one of 12 Zodiac abilities. What do they do? Like and share for part 2. This is the Nightskin race for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, explained, part 2. So the last thing you'll get for being a Nightskin character is access to your Guardian Star. Every Nightskin child is born under the Star Throne of one of Celestia's 12 Guardians. As an action, you can manifest this form by covering your skin in a starry sky and your eyes glowing a luminous white. For the next minute, not only will you gain resistance to necrotic damage, but will also manifest the boon of your Star Guardian. And the first Guardian we'll talk about today is Ares. Once per turn when you hit an enemy with an attack, you can move that opponent 5 feet somewhere, and also cause them to make a Constitution saving throw, and on a fail, they'll be stunned too. Here's some tips on how to use that. Combining this with the Polearm Master Feat and a reach weapon, you'll always be able to keep an opponent at the right distance to counter-strike when they come back in for an assault. Or on your Monk, you can just use this instead of burning key points on Sonic Strike. Like and share for part 3. This is the Nightskin race for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, explained, part 3. And the Guardian we're talking about today is Aquarius. With the Aquarius ability, any healing you deal will be increased by your proficiency bonus. Here's how you can use that. Of course, any character with healing spells immediately becomes more potent with this feature. But for those who can do multi-targeted healing, they will benefit from this the most. The Circle of Stars Druid using the Chalice starry form, as well as the Divine Soul Sorcerer twin casting Healing Word, will be devastating on the battlefield, keeping their allies in the fight. But a more clever and sustainable way of using this is actually on the Paladin with the Lay on Hands feature. A level 3 Paladin with a 2 proficiency bonus can turn 1 point of Lay on Hands healing into 3. Not especially useful in combat, considering there's 3 points of healing around. Outside of combat, your Paladin is a field medic. Like, comment, and share for part 4. This is the Nightskin race explained for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, part 4. And the Guardian we're talking about today is Taurus. If you move at least 20 feet on your turn and hit with an attack, you can deal extra damage equaling 1d6 plus your strength and dexterity modifier. Here's how you can use that. Of course, this on any martial character is absolutely devastating, and you'll have a lot of fun doing that kind of damage. But where I think this really shines is with the Monk. With Monk's movement speed, especially combined with the mobile feat, being able to weave in and out of people's threatened spaces with no attacks of opportunity, doing this kind of damage is actually devastating and keeps Monk from being kind of on the weaker side of single target DPS to very consistent strong damage against multiple targets around. I love the Monk. Comment which one I should do next in part 5. See you soon. Thanks for waiting. This is the Nightskin explained for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, part 6. And the Guardian we're talking about today is the goat himself, my sign, Capricorn. You can concentrate on 2 spells at once, but make concentration checks at disadvantage. Also, if you lose concentration, you won't be able to act for 1 round. Here's how you can use that. Of course, any spellcaster that concentrates on spells can benefit from this, but I think the more interesting combinations of this would require more crowd control using spells as opposed to just flat out damage spells. For example, if you are a druid and casted Spike Growth, and then on your next turn casted Gust of Wind, a spell that's not even used all that often, you could essentially keep people in the Spike Growth or push them through it to do massive damage. Like and share for part 7.